Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to ReZero Break Time Season 4, episodes 5 through 8. So yeah, 4 more have come out since the last video I made. So let's get to them. I have quite a few new thoughts in regards to the last regular episode of ReZero, but I'm going to try to just leave all of that for the next episode. So let's get started with the episode 9 of Break Time. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
邪魔するで。
リカード。
おう。ゼロから始めるブレイクタイム。
有言実行備忘録。
なるほどな。確かにお前とよう似た匂いしとる。兄弟なんはほんまのことやろな。
わかるのか。
確証ってほどやない。匂いが似てるから同じ血、同じもん食って育った、そんくらいや。
いや、それでも助かる。ありがとう。
まあ、外堀埋めたら内堀も埋まるっちゅうもんでもないやろけどな。
君にはお見通しなのだな。
でも忘れとる。だから初めましてや。そんで、
Oh, that's sweet.
リカード、これは
ちょうどええ高さにあったのと、ちょうどええ面構えやったからな。
Ricardo is so good at comforting people.
前向きに考えたらどうや。
His hand.
ワイの腕とお前が関係あっても忘れとるんや。吸いとるやないか。
それは無責任と言うべきなのでは。
ワイの腕の責任者はワイやぞ。ならこれはワイの問題や。違うか？
君は変わらないのだ。
Of course not.
腕を失い、私を覚えていなくても。
長く生きてたら、こないに考えることもできるっちゅう話や。お前も難しい。
I wonder how old he is.
悩みっぱなしはあかんぞ。穴棒のこと任せるんやから。ユリウス、お前に頼むしかないんや。お嬢を頼む。
Oh man.
今の頼みを絶対に忘れん。お前も忘れてくれるんやないぞ。
君の頼み、確かに引き受けた。
ああ、弟ともども、この町は任せとき。
頼もしいな。
それなんや。
あった出来事を交わした言葉を。
Oh, I didn't know that he was doing that sort of thing.
これは私なりの備忘録といったところ。
Okay. Well then. I really like this one. It's definitely a very strong showcase of Ricardo's personality and why he's so good at being such a hype man and, you know, just reassuring people that everything is okay and just, you know, you don't need to be nervous or anxious about something. You can leave it to him, but also you can work alongside with him so you're not carrying the burden alone. And he's so charming about it too. And I'm sure that Julius was really grateful about it. For one, he right away was like, yeah, I can easily tell that this is your brother. And it kind of gave me vibes of, you know, I'm guessing something like this took place when Subaru took Ram so that Ram could meet her And then she was like, yeah, I can tell this is my sister. Now, we did see it on a lost loop, but I'm talking about, how Ram sees her currently. Yeah, Ricardo forgot about Julius, and even though Julius was feeling content about Ricardo just being very just straightforward and connecting the dots in regards to how he must feel about being forgotten, as well as his brother. Julius can't help but show the hurt in his face. And it's then that Ricardo gives him the head pat, and he's like, it's nice to meet you, and I look forward to working with you. And Julius, well, I'm sure he must feel like a kid, or just like he's being not treated as the, greatest knight that he's worked hard to be seen as. But, Ricardo is just very simple in his approach. He's friendly with everyone that he can and sees worthy of getting that friendliness. And there's just something about him that just, doesn't care about formalities or being proper. He's just like, I like you? Alright then. I don't care about any of that. You're my buddy. Or you're important to someone important to me, then I'll be good with you. And even makes Julius, or tries to at least, to make him feel better about not having been able to prevent Ricardo from losing his hand. And even though Ricardo doesn't remember it, he very much knows exactly what to say to not make Julius feel more guilty. I'm responsible for my arm, then this is my problem. And Julius accepts it. And he's just like, you haven't changed. Even after losing your hand and not remembering me. And Ricardo responds, when you live a long life, it means you can think things over in that time. So I like that. He's not jumping to conclusions, he's just taking things as they are. And Ricardo seems very emotionally intelligent, so he can tell already that, there would be no point in making Julius feel more guilty than he already is, that he failed a friend and wasn't able to protect him. Also, this promise, I'm entrusting Anna to you. I mean, she already means so much to Julius, but if something happens to her and it will not just be simply because of what she means to Julius, but also of this promise that he made with Ricardo, that's gonna sting all the more that he couldn't keep this. I can only rely on you. Oh yeah, it would be devastating. And I think Ricardo has known Anastasia for longer than Julius, but I could be misremembering. Regardless, Julius is her knight, whereas Ricardo, it's more like a subordinate slash co-worker. I mean, the Iron Fang works for her, but he's the leader of it, and the Iron Fang basically dedicates their work to her. But we don't know how that came about, so yeah, I really like that short. But I've been talking too much about it, so let's just get on with the next one. Wait, give me a moment. Okay, let's get to it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
アナスタシア様、そこは段差があります。
ありがとう。助かるわ。
アナスタシア様、今お茶をご用意します。
ちょうど喉が渇いてたところなんよ。気が利くわ。
アナスタシア様。
Okay. I think I'm seeing the theme of this short. Yeah, he kinda overprotects her. Emilia Maji Tenshi. Ah.
エミリアタン、ちょっとユリウスのことをお願いしてもいい？眉間のシワが凝り固まって頑固なシワになっちゃいそうだから。
Looking at what they're wearing, I think this is between Pristella and getting to the mansion. What's she doing in the background? Oh, it's Foxidna, yeah.
僕もできるだけアナらしくと心がけているが、そもそも僕はアナとユリウス
Oh, she doesn't?
そりゃそうなんだけども。
どこでボロが出るかわからないんだ。
That's new. Because we didn't know if Foxidna can see the world while Anna has control of her body. Well, not for long.
おっと、ごめん。気をつけるとするよ。
お前、本当に駅ドナだけど駅ドナじゃないんだよな。嘘なら許さねえぞ。
Creator! That's also new. Like, it was an obvious prediction to make, but still, we got the confirmation. Emilia's trying to, yeah, get rid of the frown. Okay. Well, this one was more comedic than I expected, but I don't mind it. Though it was mostly in the background. Though if we can take the beginning more seriously, I'd say it's Julius trying to overcompensate because Anastasia doesn't remember, so he's doing all he can to make himself feel useful and still worthy of being by Anastasia's side, and that's why he's acting all overprotective. Yeah, I mean, it's a short, but like, it is a little crazy that Foxidna would be willing to, drop the Anastasia act and talk to Subaru fairly close to where Julius was, but, it's fine. Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying my best to act like Anna, but I don't even know how Anna interacts with Julius. Yeah, so I said that Foxidna would be like, I don't know, all aware of what was happening as as the fox scarf. But no, I guess she just is asleep while Anna is awake. So, okay. Good to know that's how that works. Plus, we don't know, how far back Julius became Anastasia's knight. If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say like not longer than 5 years. Probably less than that. And yeah, sort of being like, you're really a kidnapper, but not the one I know, are you? If you're lying, I won't forgive you. And she says, your hatred for my creator is truly serious. So there we go. Echidna did create Foxidna. Can we get more on that, please? Like, we can, or I can, theorize on the purpose as to why Foxidna was created. But surely we'll get some of that eventually. I feel like the way that Foxidna and Anastasia came to be so close together, we're gonna get that explored in the future. So let's get to the next one in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, okay, we're still here.
ゼロから始めるブレイクタイム。
有言実行備忘録。
お前とアナスタシアさんの元々の関係を俺は知ってるし、
Do you?
情報としてはアナスタシアさんも分かってる。
I mean,
けど、
やはり
you just get a
君の目から見ても
little glimpse.
映っただろうか。
めちゃめちゃそう。
そうか。
分かってるならなおさらだ。お前たちの関係はまっさらなとこから積み直してるところなんだ。土台が安定してねえのに次々積み木を積んでっても
崩れるのもやむなしと。
ああ、
すばる。君の言い分もわかると思う。
だったら
だが、私にも私の歩んできた道のりが確かにあるんだ。
ユリウス。
それが儚く失われ、私と君の中に一部しか残っていないとしても、アナスタシア様を困らせてしまっているのだとしたら、それは騎士として私の不徳の致すところだ。だが、周囲が私をどう思っていたかを忘れても、私が周囲をどう思っていたかを私は
That's very similar to how Subaru feels with Return by Death.
嘘をつけない。
その結果、ギクシャクしてもか。
その結果、ギクシャクしたとしてもだよ。私はアナスタシア様を尊敬し、彼女に忠誠を誓った。リカードやミミたちとも良い関係を結べていたと思う。その全てに目をつむり、手放すことなどしたくない。私は欲張りだろうか。
It is.
欲張りじゃねえよ。
But I like it.
もっと全然お前は欲しがっていい。
それは本心で。
当たり前だ。なんだって。わけのわからない奴のせいで、お前がやりたくもない損を受け入れる必要があるんだ。
That's such a Subaru response.
君がそう言ってくれるなら、私もそうしたいと思う。あ、それが私の望みだ。すばる。
Oh, I love
私一
them.
人では抱えきれなかった。
とはいえ、アナスタシアさんとの距離感はちゃんと考えろよ。フォローはするけど、無茶されても責任は取れねえ。
ああ、わかった。
って何書き留めてんだよ。
安心してくれたまえ。君に責任を取らせようとしているわけではない。ただ、今日のことは覚えておきたい。
備忘録ってか、どんなこと書いてんだ？
そうだね。ひとまず、君の登場頻度は多い。
性格
Oh,
悪いこと言ってんじゃねえだろうな。
of course not. Subaru, you should know that. Okay. This one was really good. I think this is my favorite one so far. Very... Like, I was thinking at the beginning, like, Subaru telling him, or at the very least starting the conversation, of, like, you know, you shouldn't overdo it, because, you know, like he said, you two are rebuilding your relationship from scratch. If you keep stacking blocks on a shaky foundation, it's bound to collapse. And while I 100% believe that Subaru is saying this from his heart, at the same time, he was also saying it because he was trying to get Julius to not get so clingy with Foxidna, so that he wouldn't find out that she's not Anastasia. So he was, you know, doing it with a double objective. But I also, like I said, think that Subaru is doing it because he doesn't want Julius to get hurt. But as we all saw in episode 7 of the regular series, it still ended up happening. Because he didn't trust Julius enough to handle this truth in a rational and mature manner. And so Julius just ends up putting more distance between Subaru and himself and retreating more into his, you know, the knight part of his identity. I feel like, you know, they'd really gotten into a special place after Subaru carried him after the second fight with Reed. But then we got, you know, Julius finding out what was going on between Subaru and Foxidna, and it's one step forward and one step back. What's the saying? 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But still, I appreciate this. Like, yeah, even if none of them remember me, I still want to build something new, even if it cannot be the same as it was before. I don't want to just turn my back on all of that and let it go. And the reason I said, yeah, he's greedy, is because of season 2. When Subaru goes and makes the gamble with Roswell and says, yeah, I want to save the sanctuary and I want to save the mansion. And Roswell calls him greedy for that. And that I was trying to make a reference to that. And I think Subaru kinda agrees in that instance, if I recall correctly. But if it's, you know, we're talking about this specifically, then that's why I said no. You know, you might be greedy, but it's not a bad thing. Not when it comes to human connections. But Subaru goes the approach of saying, no. You should ask that and more. Of course, I think that. Why would you? Why would you, because of some guy who makes no sense, have to accept a loss you don't want? And that's just it, isn't it? That's very much how Subaru goes about on these things. Oh, and then Julius thanks him. I'm so glad you're here. You're a lifesaver. Oh man, it just it it hits a bit more after that moment between Julius and Subaru, when he was like, I didn't want you or Lady Anastasia, of all people, to think that I was not worthy of being a knight. Their dynamic is so good. Anyway, last short for today in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we're in the tower. No shot! We're seeing it here? Oh wow. Oh. Foxidna's voice, I think it's Echidna from season 2.
Julius, 僕はね、いつ死んでも構わないって思っていたんだ。でも、僕はアナについていくと決めた。なんていうのかな。惹かれてしまったんだ。
I was drawn to her.
自分が滅ぼされることを覚悟しているんだ。だから運命に逆らうつもりもないのさ。
Gotcha.
カチンときたわ。方針語録、裸一貫も自分の手のひらを見てからや。エキドナ、あんた自分の命をドブに捨てる覚悟があるって言うたな。溺れ死ぬならもう少し綺麗な水場がいいけど。そうだね。だったらあんたの底根の命
Bye, huh? Very merchant of her.
魔法でもったいないエキドナにうちが値段つけたる。本気かい？この僕を大勢に狙われる理由の僕を。
Reasons for being hunted.
君に守りきれるとは思えないな。せやな。でもまあそれやったらうちの器が不足してるって話や。その時は遅かれ早かれうちとエキドナは一緒に死ぬやろね。せやけどいつか死ぬとしてもそれは今日やない。すまない、独り言だ。でも確かに今日じゃないよね。
Aww. Seeing like Anastasia being visualized as being asleep deep within her soul or her ode. But okay. I was literally just talking earlier like, oh, surely at some point we're gonna see how they met each other, but I thought it was gonna be in the main series. But nope, we're just getting it in another short. Alright. So Foxidna said, I met Anna in a very precarious situation. So I wonder if this is the time that Anastasia got kidnapped, and that's how she met the triplets. I think that was talked about in a short of season 2. But we don't really get any more that hints at that other than Foxidna saying that, but for now, I'm gonna say that's when that happened. Yeah, so I was not actually expecting Foxidna to have been an actual wolf. Not even a humanoid wolf. Just looked like a regular wolf. Because I was thinking like, okay, maybe kind of like Puck. Puck is always going in, his 2 legs like a human. But nope. Foxidna was just, yeah, a regular ass wolf. So now I'm thinking, okay, so Echidna didn't create her as a vessel to become immortal, because I feel she would have chosen a more humanoid one if that was the case. So maybe the reason she has the same name as Echidna is because she was the first one. The first experiment. The first artificial spirit that Echidna created. And so she gets the, I don't want to say privilege, but just, the priority of having the same name as her creator. Though surely Foxidna must be like 400 years old, like Beatrice. 400 plus. So then what had she been doing between Echidna dying and meeting Anastasia? And why would she be hunted? Because she was created by Echidna? But like we never got that impression from Puck and Beatrice. Granted, you'd be dumb to hunt Puck unless you're Reinhardt, because he's the beast of the end, but surely there's gotta be another reason why Foxidna would be hunted by many, other than just who her creator was. But yeah, it is very interesting that she, as a fox, had the same voice as Echidna. I feel like that's no coincidence. It's not just the name, it's also the voice being the same. But yeah, she had resigned to her fate and didn't mind dying. Probably because she'd been running away most of her life after a kid that died. So she was in a state of like, whatever happens, happens. And so she met Anastasia, who changed her view of life. And in a peculiar way, by buying her life, Foxidna found value in hers. And even though she warned Anastasia that, it's not worth trying protecting Foxidna, she didn't mind. She was willing to do this for a person slash spirit who'd given up on life. So I feel like this is, let's add this to the most humanizing moments we've seen of Anastasia. Also, yeah, like, I think I said at one point that, like, Foxidna must have been Anastasia all of season 3. But now I don't think that's the case. I think it must have happened during Core 2. Probably after Sirius showed up at the, what was it? The building where she was with Kiritaka. But yeah. Even if we're fated to die someday, that day's not today. And that's the mentality that Foxidna has. Plus, we know, and I believe her when she says that, if I have to die to bring Anna back, I'd be okay with that. Though I'm not so sure about, like, when she answered Julius's question about, like, why did you act so recklessly and use magic to the point of collapsing? And she said it was, very strategic. I think she's hiding a little something from him, but I don't think it's out of malicious intent. But okay. So that's gonna be it for today. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.